You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, let's talk about the Comeback Player of the Year. It's a subject that we've gotten into a lot on this channel, particularly with the fact that we thought, and it certainly looked like, Joe Flacco or Baker Mayfield was going to get completely screwed here. All right? That they were not going to win it. It was going to be a mainstream media darling, of course, Damar Hamlin. Damar Hamlin shouldn't have won this award. He didn't play. Well, what do you know? There was actually some justice here, and I thought there was two correct answers. It was either Joe Flacco or Baker Mayfield. All right? Both of them played really well. Flacco coming off the couch, and of course Baker, well, he probably just parlayed his season into about 30 to 40 million bucks over multiple years. But this was a shocker. Joe Flacco winning the Comeback Player of the Year over Damar Hamlin. Baker Mayfield was still third. I don't get that, but okay. And of course, the media, as you can expect, they're not too happy about this. This is PFT. Bills safety Damar Hamlin came back from the dead, but that wasn't enough to win him the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year. Well, player is actually in the award's name, and he didn't play. I think he literally played like 4 snaps, and then, of course, there was that ridiculous move by Sean McDermott to try to get him the Disney moment, as I called it, in the playoffs. I mean, I thought Sean McDermott deserved to be fired over calling the fake punt using Damar Hamlin. I mean, it was clear. They were trying to create some kind of a moment there, the Bills were. Despite receiving the most first-place votes, Hamlin was beaten out by Browns quarterback Joe Flacco. Flacco received the most total points from the 50 voters who listed 3 choices on their ballots. Flacco had 13 first-place votes with 151 total points, while Hamlin received 21 first-place votes and 140 points. 8 voters left Hamlin completely off their ballot. Bravo. That's quite the statement. Hamlin went into cardiac arrest on the field during a game in Cincinnati in January of 2023. He returned to play this season, but some voters left him completely off their ballots after Hamlin only played 17 defensive snaps and 94 on special teams in 5 games. Flacco said after the season he would vote for Hamlin because Flacco wasn't sure what he was coming back from. The fact is, Joe Flacco had no choice but to answer it that way. And we know that. We're not dumb. Joe Flacco had to answer it that way or he would have gotten destroyed. Destroyed by the mainstream media that has propped up Damar Hamlin as some kind of a virtuoso superhero. Okay. I mean, look, we're glad he didn't die. That's great. But he wasn't a contributing football player. And that should be part of this. The quarterback returned from inactivity, signing with the Browns November 20th. He went 4-1 as a starter, leading the team to the postseason while throwing 1,616 yards with 13 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. I got to tell you, him throwing 1,616 yards in 5 games is remarkable. That's insane. People have got to think about that. That works out over a 17-game season to like 4,800 yards. It's a lot of yards if he'd have played a full season. By the way, it'd have been a lot of touchdowns too. I mean, he might have thrown 20 interceptions, but he would have thrown 40 touchdowns. I mean, wow. Comeback Player of the Year award, though, is absent of a definition, with each of its 50 selectors deciding what a player is coming back from. Bucs quarterback Baker Mayfield was third with 10 first-place votes and 93 points. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford was fourth, 1 first-place vote, 30 points. Tua Tagovailoa was fifth, with 4 first-place votes and 21 votes overall. And a bunch of other people actually got some votes in general. Kyler Murray, Aaron Donald, Lamar Jackson, who's the MVP. He wouldn't have won that award, but nonetheless, he did. So this is nuts. Nuts. Jumped off the couch, led the league in pass yards, led the league in pass touchdowns, went 4-1. I would assume they're talking about in that 5-game span that he played, that he did the most work in that time period. In case you're wondering, this is PFF's quarterback rankings for the 2023 season, the entire season, and Flacco finished 22nd in the league. Baker finished 19th overall in the league. And, Flacco coming off the couch, it should be noted, Deshaun Watson is 27th. Just throwing that out there, Cleveland Browns looking for a quarterback to look for a quarterback. Here's Flacco last night with Lamar.
I was going to get a chance to walk back in there, man. I know. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know it all, man. No, I appreciate it. Yes, sir, man.
Pretty wild if you think about it. That is 2 ex-Ravens. Well, actually, one current Raven. I don't know what I'm thinking. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. But Lamar Jackson, the current Raven. Joe Flacco, former Raven. Former Super Bowl MVP that won it all with the Ravens. That's pretty wild. That's pretty cool, too. The way that worked out, again, Lamar probably wouldn't have won it, as far as I'm concerned. But nonetheless, Lamar had a really good season overall. It's the playoffs that's the problem. Now, I think a lot of people may come on here and actually say that Baker should have won. I don't think that that's a wrong answer either. I don't. I probably, if I would have been voting, I would have went Flacco, Baker. Damar Hamlin wouldn't have gotten a vote for me. I wonder who would have been third. Let me just go look. Probably Tua Tagovailoa after those really bad concussions last year. He might have been my third. You know, people forget that was a big storyline coming into the season. Is Tua going to make it all the way through the year after those bad concussions? You know, there was talk of retirement by Tua before the season started. I'm not sure if people remember that. I don't know. It's unbelievable what Joe Flacco did, and he certainly became the funnest watch the last 5 games of the year. I mean, no doubt, watching those Browns games was a complete blast with Flacco playing quarterback. Just the energy around it, the fans were fired up. Look, the Browns may be close to making a horrible decision. I think they're going to let Flacco go, the comeback player of the year, and they're going to proceed with Deshaun Watson, and I think there's a chance it goes badly. I think it's more likely than not. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.